Hello. Okay, a few disclaimers before we begin. Yes, I did read over 800 books in a year, but but that number is the number of books I completed. I mean, like books that I got to the last page of or for. Fuck it, I don't know English. The exact number of books I started and finished between the months of April 2020 and April 2021 was in fact 857. But it should be noted that the total number of books I attempted to read, aka I saw the first 20 pages of, is in fact in the thousands. Don't ask me how I attempted to read that many books. I don't think I could even explain it even if I wanted to. All I know is that I was completely and utterly done with, my existence, and I just needed some form of escape. And since I can't afford drugs, nor do I even know how to get them, books that have absolutely no basis in my personal reality were my means of escape. You'll notice that in this list, the majority of the books are about gay boys. Um, Now this is not me being, I don't know what's the word. I don't know what the word is, but you know when like the whole concept of like white girls liking only black boys kind of vibe. I'm reading only gay boys. No, this is not what it is. Remember how I said I was looking for an escape? Yeah, I was looking for books that had absolutely nothing to do with me. Books that would take me out of my head completely. Books that will never even, that I'll probably never remember my name while I'm reading them. You know. So most of the books I got were perfect for me. Yeah, I was reading around three a day with breaks taken for food and water. I mean, it was during the whole pandemonium, so I basically had no responsibilities. And it's not as if the resumption of school after the lockdown did anything to even stop my obsessive reading. But that's the story for another day. Because if you try to count the total number of books I've read in the last 6 months without the other ones, it should be around 300 by now. Let's not even talk about it. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the books. So all the bright places. Just all the bright places. I keep confusing it with To All the Boys I've Loved Before, but nah, I'm never reading that book, those books. But anyways, um, yeah, All the Bright Places. This one was one of the first ones I read, and it kinda hit a little too close to home. So yeah, okay. At first, when I started reading books, I was just trying to just read books, look for books and read, and then I read this one and I was like, Jesus, I relate to this too much. I can't do this. I mean, I was trying to get out of my own head, not like get into my own head more. I wasn't trying to be in tune with my body or something. So, like, yeah, I kind of cancelled, reading books about girls and boys with mental illnesses. I mean, girls. Oh, Jesus, I don't even know how to speak English anymore. I just, no, it's not even about the fact that it was a girl or it was a boy or whatever. Like, the whole concept of their mental issues was just too relatable. So yeah, I decided not to even try. I decided to just go further away from that genre, basically. But it still remains one of my favorite books to date. So that's that. And yeah, that's all I have to say about this one. I mean, I heard there's a movie about it, and I'm pretty sure anyone who is listening to this, not anyone who's listening to it, but like most people that actually watched the movie by now, I guess. I think because it was like in 2019. It came out in 2019. Yeah, and I heard Dakota Fanning was like the main character. Ozzy L. Oh Jesus, I don't even know. But anyways, I keep saying Jesus a lot. Let my father not catch me. Okay, bye. Oh, no, bye. Sorry. On to the next. Okay. All for the Game series by Nora. Her name. The Foxhole Court, The Raven King, and The Kingsman. I think it's The Kingsman before The Raven King. But yeah, if you want to read it, you can go on Goodreads and look at how the series goes. I'm sorry, you have to make your own research. You can just take my word for it. But anyways, This is my favorite book series of all time, I think. Yeah, it should be. Yep. Gay protagonist, check. Completely made up sports that I basically did not even understand the terminologies of, check. Action sequences that probably will never happen in real life, check. Just, overblown relationships. I mean, like, way it's like taken out of proportion or whatever, check. Those are the things that make this book my favorite of all time. The Foxhole Court is my favorite. I'm not sure the Foxhole Court is my favorite. I think out of the three, I like the third one the best because that was where my two main characters. When I say two main characters, I mean two main characters for me. If you read the book, you might think another set of people are your own main characters. I'm sorry, but like I like to choose my main characters. Sorry, not sorry. But my two main characters actually, sorted their shit out basically in the third book. So Nell and Andrew, you do you booze. Also, because of this book, I went on what's it called? Um this fan fiction site. I think people call it AO3, but it's like archive of our own. Yeah, that's it. I had to just read because there was supposed to be a fourth book, I think. Oh no, I think the author said there was no fourth book, but then everyone was like, why is there no fourth book? What happens next? Blah blah blah. And some people took it upon themselves, some beautiful people took it upon themselves to like write another one for us, consumers to go read. So yep, I did that. And I enjoyed this book series absolutely perfectly. Well, I mean, if you're looking for a synopsis, go to Goodreads. Seriously, if you're here for like what's it called, a detailed explanation of why I like books, I'm sorry, but you will not get it. Just go on Goodreads and find something there. Side note before we continue, I am not an intellectual reader, obviously. Like from my what's it called, from my intro, you should be able to tell that I just read to fill the void, basically. But yeah, that means if you're looking for something that has like deeper meaning or whatever, I mean, some of them might have the deeper meaning you're looking for, but I would not be able to tell you which ones do and which ones don't because, to be honest, I don't really think I even got any deeper meaning from any of these books. These books were just like to pass the time and, not KMS. Lol. Why did I just say lol? Oh god, no. Next one on the list is my favorite book of all time, The Wicker King. This one is about a boy. I mean, like I said before, if you want a good synopsis, go on Goodreads. But this one is about two boys, two best friends. One has, let's say, I think it's like Walmart version of schizophrenia. So yeah, is it schizophrenia? I don't know, but he hallucinates and he created this whole new world. And his other friend like indulges him. Jesus, I don't even know how to explain books. I'm sorry. Just read it. The Wicker King is very interesting. That's all. Next one, A Royal Affair. Gay but make it historical. Gay but make it set in the medieval times, basically. Yeah, you should read it. I don't think I even remember what this book is about, but yeah, it was interesting. I know the main character was a doctor who like met the prince, I think. Oh jeez, no. Yes, yes. But yeah, go and read it. It's interesting. That's all I can say about that one. Next one, Acrobat. Now this one was a fun read. This was the first Mary Calms book I read, and I thought, oh shit, I found a new favorite author. Yeah, no, that was not the case. See, I hate this thing where I hate when authors do this thing where in this, let's say in the first book of a series set in a particular world, this person, the main character, is depicted as this perfect human, not perfect, but like, as perfect as a human being can really be. And then maybe the ex partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, anybody is like this horrible, horrible person. But not horrible, but like, how will I say it? This whole first person narration. I mean, obviously, you are not going to say an ex who broke your heart or whatever is like the best person in the world. There's just bias that is going to be there, sure. But when authors do this thing, when they make us basically hate the ex, and then you find out that there is a book two, and the book two is told in the ex's point from the ex's point of view, and it's about the ex finding his own love. I'm like, bitch, no, no, you villainize this person from the beginning. Make this person the villain to the end. I don't want to hear about his redemption arc or whatever. Yeah, but this book, Acrobats, was nice in the sense that the dialogue was just perfect. I mean, the main character is a man who realized he was gay basically after he got his best friend pregnant, I think, I guess. I mean, he did marry her, but like they got divorced because he was gay, and then but they still remained best friends after. And the dialogue between them and the whole concept of the book and everything, and the man's relationships with everyone around him was just beautiful to read. Actually, it was just nice. Like he was a nice person in general. So like the thing about this book is that dialogue is really, really, really good. It's like witty and funny and just engaging. Basically, you will not get tired. Like there is no page that you actually get tired of what's going on. Bonds of hate. Holy shit. This book. This book. Now, let me tell you something about this book. You see here, it says Bonds of Hate, The Invisible Chains, Part 1. There are about 7 books in this series, and this is single handedly the only book series with more than 3 books that I have read to the end. I mean, even my other favorite series of the world, um, Wolf Song, The Wolves of Green Creek by TJ Klune. That series, I mean, the first one, I don't know if that's the exact name of the series, but the first one is Wolf Song, the second one is Raven Song, the third one is I can't remember, but the fourth one is Brother Song. Yep, the third one is the Heart Song, the fourth one is Brother Song. Those books are very good too, but I did not finish the fourth book because I don't know, I just got tired at one point and then decided to move on to greener pastures because that's the kind of person I am. Anyways, this book, Bonds of Hate, Davis Chains Part 1, is there are 7 books. I'm sorry I could not get like screenshots of all 7. Go on Goodreads if you are really interested in it. Now, this book is the perfect villain villain origin story book ever. The dude was a nice boy. Was a also this book can be kind of confusing because it is told from like different point of views. Most times I don't like books like that, but this one was kind of easy to understand, and it was also nice in a way since it was like not from just one person, because there are 7 books. Please, it would get tiring if it was like from only one person's point of view. But Anastantis, the main character, should be the main character because there are so many characters in this book, but like the main character in this book, Anastantis, was this sickly child who became basically a king, a god in their land. Villain origin story, really. Just go read it. Yep, that's all I have to say about this one. Now, the next one, um, Borrowing Blue. This one is another funny, witty read. This is, light-hearted read. It's about this boy or this man, basically, who goes for his sister's wedding without his own dates because his boyfriend broke up with him for like a younger, shinier version. So he goes there, he meets this dude, they sleep with each other, they end up liking each other, and then there's drama sprinkled in here and there. I mean, just go read it. I don't even have anything to say much about it, but the dialogue in this book is really, really, really good. That's what I have to say about this one. Then Broken Pieces. Now this is the first 3 some book I read. Okay, don't hate me or don't come at me, but like I like 3 some books and threesome books. I really now in this case there are some books that I read that are like female, male books. I don't mind them. I mean, I don't really mind. I don't have taste in books per se. I just read anything. But like this is male, two boys, two young children, two young foster brothers, quote unquote, because they met each other and they lived together for like less than a year. But they were foster brothers. They liked each other, but one, went the wayward side or whatever, then left. Then the other one left behind, met this other new guy, this hotshot lawyer with like a dark past or whatever. And then he was with that one. At first, he was not one with him, but like they ended up together. Then my other dude from like the past came back and then wanted to get back together with my, young boy, old whatever, but he could not leave the other one. Their lives just got intertwined and there are, I think there are two books in this series. I read both books. If there are two books, I'm not really sure. Again, go to Goodreads. I'm sorry I sound like a broken record at this point, but really, go on Goodreads. You have the name and the author. That's all you need. It's not that hard. My next book called The Corona. Holy freaking shit! This book. This book is my. I would. This book almost made the author my favorite author of all time. Almost, because I read another one. It has another book series where I think the one I read was Watch Me Break You. Then there's Watch Me Body You. Then there's Watch Me Fight You. I think there's no Watch Me Fight You, but you get what I mean. Like Watch Me Something You. The first one I read, Watch Me Break You, there was this dude that was a very annoying piece of shit in the book. And I liked the first book. And then I didn't even really like it, to be honest. I just thought it was nice. It was okay. It was an okay read. But I found out that in the third or the second book he was the main character, and I'm like, why would you do this to me? You already made me hate this guy. Why would you do this? So yeah, that's why he got bumped down, and that's why he's not my favorite author of all time. But Call the Corona could probably be my second favorite book in the world. Yep, it is. It is about a man who had. Now, let me tell you why this book is my favorite book in the world. This man, the main character, Daniel, whatever the hell his surname is, I can't really remember. And then he had a wife. He's like this mafia boss. He had a wife. She was assassinated, basically. Then he tried to find. He knew who killed his wife, but like the guy was the messenger. You know, he was just an assassin. Not just an assassin, but you get what I mean. He was the assassin. But like he found him, tried to torture him, and then Jesus Christ. If you know these two dudes, just spoiler alert, they ended up liking each other. Why the fuck? Why I said this book, I like this book was because it was just so out of this world. How the hell do you fall in love with your wife's murderer? Really? Honestly, explain to me, please. I don't understand that. How do you do that? How does that even happen in real life? Please, it doesn't even happen in real life. Exactly. That's why I like this book. I told you I was trying to escape my reality. Yup. The end. Now, let's see. Captive Prince. Oh, Captive Prince was good. Um, for some reason it doesn't have up to 4 stars on Goodreads. I think it's a 3.8 something or 3.9 something, but it has like thousands of reviews or whatever. But I don't know why it doesn't have 4 stars. But this was good. This was good. It was about two princes. One, fell from grace to grass basically. Again, the one prince killed the brother of the other prince, but they were in war, so like it's excusable, I guess. But they ended up falling in love. Also, wow, I realized I have very deranged tastes. Okay, anyways, one prince ended up a slave. I mean, the prince who killed the other prince's brother ended up being a slave to the other prince. And that one, tortured him and whatever. He was cold and I mean, throwing a little bit of uncle pedophilia, in it. Sprinkles, drama, a little violence, sword fights, blood, decapitation, Just sprinkle it a bit, and you get Captive Prince. Very, very good. Now, going on or onto the like fantasy, actual fantasy genre. Okay, Captive Prince was about, think medieval times with no magic, just olden days basically. But but Captive, now Captive is an actual fantasy supernatural book. This dude, incubus, vampires. I think there are about three books. Also, this one, Captive, this series is not complete. Beautiful Monsters, that's the name of the series by Jexlin. It is not complete yet on whatever. She hasn't released another book in like years, basically. The last one, I don't know if it's supposed to be the last one, but it's still good. It's still nice to read. You will still enjoy it. It got annoying, but then it's redeemed itself. Incubus, vampire, incubus dude gets stoned. Oh my god, sorry. Incubus dude who doesn't know he's an incubus becomes a vampire. Honestly, I can't even really remember. Yes, he is a vampire. Sorry, he is a vampire, but he doesn't know he's an incubus too. So he kind of, what's the word? Gets trapped and caught and then thrown into this whole world of, the royals and whatever, and everybody finds out that he's both mixed race basically. So like everybody, not everybody, but like he gets to find out he's I'm really really bad at explaining. If you like fantasy, if you like incubus, incubi, incubi, I don't know, but if you like vampires and all those things, yeah, go and read that. There are about three books that are out. It's interesting. I mean, yeah. Now onto a more shady kind of vibe. Ensign. Now, I'm sorry, but Ensign is about twincest. Again, remember I said I was trying to escape my reality, not trying to, read books about stuff that happen in real life. I mean, it's probably happening in real life, but I don't know. I heard Alabama, it's legal there. Also, I feel like a hypocrite because I read Ensign and I liked it. I mean, I'm obviously a hypocrite. I don't know why I said I feel like I am a hypocrite, but I read Ensign and I liked it. But then there's this other one, Hail by K. Webster, and I hated that book. That one is about a brother and a sister. And then I'm like, is it internalized misogyny that makes me hate that one and like this one? Or it's just that Hail is just bad? And I'm thinking, yes, Hail is just bad because those ones had children and then tried to make us feel like bad people for thinking that their children might have problems. Like, do you see what I mean here? Really, do you understand? I mean, at least in Ensign, they really recognized that what we were doing was not normal. But like Hale, they were trying to be all, we are not affecting you. You should leave us alone. But also, yeah, I get it. They are not affecting you. But like, why would you bring children into this? Why would you bring whole as human beings into this? But anyways, it is what it is. Also, I think the reason why I didn't really like Hale was because Hale, as in Hale, you can go and check it on Goodreads if you really want to, read about that one too. But I think the reason why I didn't like that one too was because um the girl in the book had mental issues. I mean, obviously, anybody that is going to be sleeping with their relative will probably have mental issues, I guess. But she was a cutter and she was suicidal, so it was kind of getting too close for my liking basically. But now Ensign was just funny. If you get over the whole princess part, Ensign was a funny book to read. Also, this author Nicky James, he would have been one of my favorite authors except for the fact that he did that thing that I said about hating other characters, except that in this case he made me hate the first book characters. Actually, I liked the second one part better. And it's this, I think it's, I've forgotten what the name of the book is, but it's just this. I think I know for a fact that the second book in that series I hate has like bisexual awakening in brackets at the end of the title. So yeah, do what you will with that information. Also, in the kinky version or kinky verse of this list or whatever it is I'm doing here, 6 Ways from Sunday. Now this one is a short story about two boys, two best friends. One ends up playing for the Super Bowl, I guess. Like one ends up being a footballer, the NFL. Oh God, one ends up playing for the NFL. The other one goes to war, and then it's just the story set over like 7 years. Them getting back together. It's a super short read, so you won't really get the whole. You won't get the full experience. I mean, I'm sure there are books like this of like full novels of this same concept, this context, this type, but I don't have them. I'm not sure I've read anyone like that. So yeah, but read this. This is a short, nice, you know, feel good read. Yeah, it gets dark at one point, but like I mean, if there's no darkness in the book, is it really a book? Really? Also, Song of Achilles. Please, if you are here and you've not read Song of Achilles, why? This was nice. This was good. And all okay, is it just me or did anybody actually think that Patroclus, I don't even know how to pronounce names, God, but did anybody think he was going to come back to life? I mean, even after he was dead, he was like narrating this shit to us. Spoiler alert, he died. I'm sorry for telling you, but I mean, if you know anything about Greek mythology, all of them die basically. But anybody else think that he was going to come back to life and help Achilles not die of grief basically? Yeah, me too. I thought he was going to come, but he didn't. So, yeah, the end. Okay, another one of my absolute favorites. When Death Meets the Devil. I mean, just from the title, it's going to be a banger. Yep, there are four main books or three. Honestly, I should do the research, but like I read these books over a year ago, and I, yep. There are four or three main books, and then with four other subsets. The first two is told like the first two main books. Also, if you're going to read this book, please read everything. Please read it from the 1 to the 1.1 to the 2 to the 2.1 to the 2.2. Do not skip anyone. They're like basic information that you should know. So we have Jack, and it's like part of Australian intelligence. Yep, like the Australian version of the CIA. And then we have Ethan Blade, one of the most wanted assassins in the world. The two of them meet, and obviously they're going to like each other, but like that's not the point. The point is that they did not end up being together until like the last book. I mean, obviously they were fucking each other. Yeah, assassin, government agents. Obviously there's going to be drama and near death experiences, sprinkling a little bit of the violence. Again, I like to sprinkle the violence in it. Doesn't overwhelm it, but it's a major part of it. Throwing a little bit of child trafficking in here, you know, child, what's the word? Exploitation in teaching them how to become assassins and killers and all those kind of vibes. And yeah, you have a perfect book series that Also, I like the words used and the whole what's it called, the symbology. Is symbology even a word? I don't even know. But Jack guy is a brown guy, so that's something. The main character is not a white cis male. So yeah, yep. So for everyone who likes, diverse books, this is one you should read. It's very interesting. So now the next one, Wicked Lies Boys Tale. Holy shit. This book, I read this book when how, let's say for example, okay, imagine this person that has never eaten junk food in their life. Like how you watch all these videos, not necessarily videos. I think I've watched a few videos, or maybe I've read a few books about maybe this child who was raised on like fruits and vegetables ends up eating Snickers for like the first time and thinks like it's the best thing they ever tasted in life. Yeah, that was what happened with me and the Wicked Lies Boys Tale. I read this book and I thought it was like the best thing I had ever read until I, read other books. But that doesn't mean it's not good. It is good, but it was just it was kind of basic. I mean, it was like a white tank top, but like embroidered. But then it's still a white tank top. Tank top. You know what I mean? Yeah, that was it. Next one. should I just move to the next one? But if I would say yes, read Wicked Lies Webster. She has another one. It's the same premise of like enemies to lovers, young schoolboys, best friends, boys who were best friends, but then they ended up not being best friends anymore. I mean, the second one, in the second book, they were not best friends. Go on Goodreads and just read synopsis. You will see what I'm talking about. But yeah, read it. It's nice. Two side notes. Now this one is about this boy. Okay, this one too. I read them. I read this one at the beginning of my reading career. It was nice. It was good, but it was a little too close to home. Sure, the protagonist was a gay boy, but like suicide notes. Need I say more? It hit a little close to home, but it was a very, 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 very good read. We have which other one have I not mentioned? Ugh. Um, really, I can't find any other one. Forget Me Not, holy. This one was a good one. This was a get into your feels kind of book. This book is about this firefighter guy oh my god, not firefighter, paramedic, sorry, a paramedic who like has a crush on this dude he sees every time he goes into a coffee shop, but he never talks to him. And then the dude ends up getting into an accident, and he's like the first responder there, and then he ends up saving his life. But like the guy forgets everybody and everything, so they end up being friends. And he was nice, everything, it was all going good until he basically hit his head again and then forgot him. And then it's just about them getting back together or whatever. There are two books, Remember Me When and Forget Me Not. Forget Me Not is the first one, Remember Me When is the second one. So yeah, go check that one out. It's nice. It's nice. Prisoner, holy, this is fantasy medieval times book. So this guy, warlord guy, gets a prisoner basically. Prisoner guy is like a plant, a spy, I don't know, whatever he is. Ends up trying to sabotage. I think this is one of the few Megan Dare books I would give more than 3 stars. Yeah, okay, no, that's not nice. This is one of the few Megan Dare books I will give 4 stars. Most of our books I'll give it 3.8, but this one I think I'll give 4 stars because I really like this one. And the fact that in the book series, the second and the third and the fourth or whatever books were about people in the far, far, far future was also nice. So like I did not have to hear anybody bad mouthing any of my faves. I mean, it did happen, but like it wasn't like 2 pages, so it was kind of understandable. I mean, 2 pages out of 300 is not bad. And is that all? Oh no, that's not all. Riding with Brighton. This one is about. This book basically takes place in 48 hours. I think this boy, this child, this kid, I don't know, whatever, senior in high school, has a crush on this dude he sits beside, but like is in denial basically. Uh, Ends up talking to him, and they end up doing stuff for like 24 hours. Just normal teenage stuff like. Let's say they end up hanging out for 24 hours, and he basically realizes his whole life and existence was like a lie, and then becomes whatever it is he becomes. Just go read it. It's nice. It's a YA book. Yeah, it's a YA book. So it's cool. I mean, most of the books I like, almost all the books I read are the protagonists are always between the ages of 16 and 25. I mean, I have some books out of the 800 and whatever books I have read. Yeah, for sure there are books of like old, not old, but like fully adult boys, but like those books end up being more on the erotica side, and it just pisses me off. I don't know, I'm trying to not read about people having sex here, I'm sorry, but like it's tiring. I mean, I have absolutely no interest in any form of sex. So yeah, that's that. uh is that all? I think that's all. Yeah, those are not all the books. Oh, the Alex Rider books. Okay, now this one, special mention, special mention. Yep, Alex Rider books, there are about 9 books. I have the last one, just the last one. My favorite one is Russian Roulette, and it's told not from the perspective of Alex Rider, but his nemesis, the Russian guy, something something Yukovich, I think that's his name. But if you've ever read any of the Alex Rider books, you know the guy I'm talking about. The guy who supposedly killed his father. Yasin, yes, Yasin Grogovich. Grogo, or I don't know. What's it? Oh, my sister says it's Yasin Yukovic. Okay, Yukovic. Why are you not sleeping? Yasin Yukovic. Um, now, if you know anything about the Alex Rider books, it's about this basically boy wonder. You know, boy CIA boy. I mean, the British. I'm not sure if they used MI6, but he was like this. So he was this British spy, or he is this British spy because I think there's still going to be another book. But anyways, Nightshade was not that. It was okay. Nightshade was good, but it was the whole Alex finding somewhere that he needs to infiltrate, going in there, and then Oh, I like Nightshade because I think he's going to have a friend, like an actual friend out of this one. But we'll see. Shall we see how that one goes? But that's all. I'm tired of talking. My head hurts already, and I'm not even sure if anybody has even gotten to this point. Maybe I'm probably just talking to myself, or who knows? Yeah. There are other books. I mean, there's Memorizing You. It's just about the story of this dude, his whole like life, basically, his life, how his life went. He's a gay man. Like it's like the chronicles of what his life was like. Also, it doesn't end so nicely. So disclaimer: I like books. I kind of like books that don't end with a happily ever after. So yeah, that's why I like this one. It did not end with a happily ever after. Most of the books on my list kind of end with a happy for now kind of vibe, not happily ever after. I prefer happy for nows. I mean, some of them don't even end with anything happy at all. Also, I think The Wicker King has like this sequel where it's like their children or something. I think I downloaded the book, but then I realized that the main character was like a girl who was kind of annoying, and then I'm like, nope, I'm gonna yeet out of here. So that's all. Yeah. If you listen to my nonsense for this long, wow, thanks. See you another time, I guess. Bye.